Hello everybody, Mr. Rubo here, and today we're going to do just a review of radian measures. Uh, angles can be measured in both degrees and in radians. In AP Precalc, we are going to only work with radians, so we have to make sure we understand those really well. So we recall that an angle of 0 radians will begin on the positive x-axis and go in a counterclockwise fashion if the angle is positive. To help recognize radian measures, you will need to know that pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. So in other words, half a circle is pi radians. Okay, you rotate half, turn around, you've got 180 degrees, which is pi radians, which again, we're going to use radians exclusively in this course. Okay. So first example, we're going to talk about the kind of big angles that we will see and use in this course the whole time. So we want to make sure we're pretty consistent with these. So we have these 4 diagrams here. And we're going to split them up into equal slices. So the first one, we are going to split up pi radians into 2 equal pieces. Okay. So in other words, we're going so we're starting here. This is always pi, right? So if we split this into 2 equal pieces, that means that it's pi over 2 is going straight up, which, yes, in degrees, we would say 90 degrees. But again, we're going to try to stay away from that. We're going to stick with that would be pi over 2. And then if we keep going, so, just kind of being good with fractions here, I could think of this as 1 pi over 2. This would be 2 pi over 2. And then one more quarter rotation of a full circle, if you will, would then put us at 3 pi over 2. And then obviously we're back at a full circle, which is 2 pi radians. Okay. So there it is when we split a pi into 2 equal parts. So now if we look at this, we're going to split it up into 4 equal parts. So again, we're starting at 0. We know that this is pi. This would be pi halves, but I'm splitting it into 4s, so I want the denominator actually to be 4. So now, I can think of this as 2 pi over 4. And then again, it's kind of like counting. So this would be 1 pi over 4, which is just pi fourths. 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. Then at pi, we're at 4 pi over 4. And then as we go past pi, we just keep counting. Okay. Honestly, like radians, once you understand the fractions, and once you get a little bit more comfortable with the fractions, it's actually easier than degrees. So you just always want to simplify. So 6 pi over 4, oh, that's 3 pi over 2. And then, my pen stopped working. There we go. And then 8 pi over 4 is really just 2 pi. Okay. So if you are comfortable with fractions, you should be comfortable with radians. Okay. So then the other ones we're going to see is when we divide it into 6s. So again, I'm going to start always with these guys. And because I'm going into 6, I'm just going to count from 1 pi 6, 2 pi 6, 3 pi 6, 4 pi 6, 5 pi 6. We already know that this is pi, which is 6 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 8 pi over 6, 9 pi over 6, 10 pi over 6, and 11 pi over 6, and then back to 12 pi over 6, which is 2 pi. Oops. Going into the next round. And again, you just kind of simplify these fractions. So this could be pi thirds. We already know this is pi halves. This is 2 pi thirds, right? And then we already know that's pi. There we go. This one is 4 pi thirds, 3 pi halves, and then 5 pi thirds. Okay, and that's just me simplifying the fractions. So again, these are kind of the big ones we're going to see. And then the last one that we're going to see a lot of is splitting into thirds, which we kind of covered in the splitting into 6s. But again, this is just what we're going to do with. So we're starting at 0. then it would be 1 pi thirds, 2 pi thirds, 3 pi thirds, which again is just pi, 4 pi thirds, 5 pi thirds, and then back to being 6 pi thirds, which is 2 pi. Okay. So yeah, there we go. There's kind of your basics of radians. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.